We might as well just transition into our next topic, which is talking about another rock documentary that's coming out very soon. And that's a Woodstock 99 documentary that's going to be coming out on HBO. It's called Woodstock 99 Peace, Love, and Rage. It's going to follow basically this, what was like, it wasn't the sequel, it was like the threequel to Woodstock, because there was Woodstock 94 as well. But we all know the story of Woodstock 99, Dave, that it ended in an orgy of flames and destruction, and Limp Bizkit stoking those flames with their devil music. And, you know, some people were saying like that was the day the 90s died, in a similar vein to how when people talk about Altamont in 1969 and how that was the end of the 60s. But they're going to interview artists who were playing at the festival. It's going to air on HBO on July 23rd. Do you remember like Woodstock? We weren't there, obviously, but I do remember. I feel like Woodstock 99 was broadcast on Much Music, or a lot of it was broadcast on Much Music, and that we did see that footage of them burning the place down on TV, whether it be live or soon after that.
Yeah, I actually, with a dear friend of ours, Angelo Sino, we actually rented the box from the cable company.
Nice.
And it was on pay-per-view.
It was,
So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Myself and Ange and his sister paid the $60 or $90 for like the 3 days of broadcast. And it was awesome. We went to their house, we set it up downstairs, you know, and we spent like the weekend indoors.
Got mud all over yourselves.
You know, like we went swimming, we came and checked out a band, and we went, you know, so yeah, I definitely remember the.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was, you know, we were in high school. I think we were in high school,
yeah,
9 or 10. It was like early high school. Yeah, it was a great time. I know a few people that actually went to that Woodstock that were musicians and stuff. And one of them, I remember when they got back, they told me that they had seen a guy die, they had seen a person set on fire, they had seen a woman get raped, and they had seen a baby be born.
Oh,
all in the 3 days.
Circle of life.
I was like, Jesus, man, that was all with the price of admission. Right?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I definitely get why they're making a documentary about this.
Didn't it all take place basically on like at an airplane hangar? So it was basically on this big concrete tarmac. And that they were isolated, and there wasn't hardly any water and hardly any provisions, and it was just a big shit show in general.
Yeah, it was like $4. It was like $4 or $5 American for bottled water.
Yeah,
and they had completely sold out by like halfway through day one.
That's so crazy.
I think, funny enough, I think that happened at the first Woodstock too. So it's fucking like it's so many years later, and they're still having the same fucking issue.
Well, it's funny because, you know, everybody has these rose-colored glasses about Woodstock back in the day, you know, being this hippie festival of peace and love. But the reality was people were covered in their own feces.
Sure.
And we're just dirty for days and days and days, and just tripping balls on drugs while bands played that they could hardly hear.
Yeah. Over there, there's a band like a quarter mile that way. Over the shit and the dead hippies.
Yeah, exactly.
Go check it out.
And then
Amazon.
And then the same year you have Altamont, which is the big festival that the Rolling Stones played, that people died because the Hells Angels were there, security. So that's messed up.
Yeah.
And so maybe it is. Yeah, it's poetic that Woodstock 99 would end up being, I don't know why they say that every decade has to end in flames. Like, can we not transition from one decade to another without people burning stuff down? Is that just how it goes? Like, the 60s are done, burn it down. The 90s are done, burn it down. I don't get it.
I know that if we go out in flames, man, it's so much passion. It's all contained.
Is that how
ignites one day?
Is that how the world's going to end? Is that it's flames with Limp Bizkit singing break stuff? Is that the apocalypse that's been promised to us?
Yeah, like what's on the head when the president of the United States goes to hit that big doomsday button?
Yeah.
What's in his headphones? Like you got to have something blaring where you're like, I'm going to die. I got the key in.
Yeah.
Like what's in the headphones there? You know, it's not John Denver. That's for sure.
No, for sure. It's definitely break stuff. Nookie, maybe rearranged.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
The bodies.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Well,